And here we are back at the SCR for round number 2 at the Poteet Sandblast Rally. We have two good friends about to duke it out. This is the first match of round number 2. Trent Dunham and Dillon Poteet, both former teammates last season. As both of them are ready to get this race started, they're approaching the front straight away now. Trent Dunham in the 24 and Dillon Poteet in the 15. One of these two are going to advance in the semifinals. And we're going green at Bathurst. They're heading into the first turn. And it looks like Dillon Poteet got the edge. Dillon Poteet has the edge right now, but Trent Dunham, he's trying to close back in on the 15. They're only doing this for 2 laps. And Trent Dunham, he tries to get behind Dillon Poteet for the draft. And we kind of lost them for a minute. Some of these camera angles are not too good as they both get into the dirt section of the course now. And Dillon Poteet still has the edge over Trent Dunham. But the 24, he's going to do what he can to chase him back down. And he almost got a run that time. Dillon Poteet, he better watch out. Trent Dunham, he got a little bit loose in that hard right turn. Oh man, Dillon Poteet, he ventured off the course a little bit, and that's really gonna mess him up. I bet that just cost Dillon Poteet a chance in the semifinals. Now Trent Dunham has the lead, and he is not looking back. Dillon Poteet can only hope that Trent Dunham makes a mistake. Wow, Dillon Poteet, you cannot let that get to you. He's gonna try to chase him back down. Yes, I was right. They're back on the street section of the course now. This downhill portion of the track. Trent Dunham right now, he doesn't have a care in the world. He's approaching this hard. He's approaching the S curve right now. And Dillon Poteet, he's trying to do whatever he can to chase him back down. If Trent Dunham makes the same mistake in the next lap, Dillon Poteet, he may capitalize on that. As Trent Dunham makes his way into the final turn, we're coming to the white flag now. Trent Dunham takes the white flag, but Dillon Poteet, he's not too far behind. Trent Dunham continues to lead. Dillon Poteet, he's almost 3 seconds back. I bet that is not what Dillon Poteet needed. If Trent Dunham makes the same mistake Dillon did, this may be a close race, but I'm not sure. Trent Dunham, this is his second season in the SCR. In the first season, he was eliminated in the first round. And this is Dillon Poteet's first season after defeating Nicholas Wilson in the first round. Here comes that turn where Dillon Poteet made a mistake, and I think Trent Dunham just did the same thing. Yes, he does! Oh man, Trent Dunham, he makes the same mistake! And here comes Dillon Poteet! And Dillon Poteet makes the pass! And oh man, Trent Dunham, he slowed down a bit. And he's gonna have to chase that 15 back down. And don't forget, folks, we have 3 more matches. And Trent Dunham, he's gonna do whatever he can to chase back that 15 car. But right now, Dillon Poteet has retaken the lead from Trent Dunham. And oh man, it looks like Dillon Poteet got a little bit loose right there. His car almost went sideways. As they are now back on the street section of the course. If Dillon Poteet hangs on for just a couple more turns, he'll advance to the semifinals. And Dillon Poteet, he's approaching the S curves now, and then to that final turn. And just like that, a complete upset victory once again for round number 2. As Dillon Poteet now comes to the final turn. And yep, it's official. Dillon Poteet will advance into the semifinals of the SEGA Championship Rally Tournament. Dillon Poteet advances to the semifinals. He will either face Breton or Andrea Bardosa in the semifinals. Congratulations to Dillon Poteet. And here we are getting set for match number 2. We have Andrea Bardosa in the 36 and Breton in the 29. One of these two drivers will advance to the semifinals and face Dillon Poteet. Remember, 2 laps of action. There's that turn after the peak of the course where a car can get loose, so they better watch out. As they're both going into the final turn, Andrea Bardosa, Breton, one of these two will face Dillon Poteet in the semifinals. And the green flag is out for both drivers. And Breton, he got a jump off of the line, but Andrea Bardosa, she is glued to the back of Breton. As they're both trying to form a draft uphill, but I don't think that's a good idea. Because she is doing nothing but pushing Breton. They're now making that hard right turn into the dirt portion of the course. And Breton, he is hanging on to that lead. But Andrea Bardosa, she has not backed off of Breton. And oh man, she gives him a tab. Whoa. Be careful, guys. You guys are on a cliff. You don't want to fall off of it. And Breton, he's starting to pull away from the 36. And here comes that pesky turn. And oh man, Breton, he got loose. Oh man, it happens to Breton. It happened to both Dillon Poteet and Trent Dunham. And Trent Dunham, he paid the price mostly. And that's going to give Andrea Bardosa a huge lead. Oh man, I don't think Breton's too happy right now. Andrea Bardosa is now going downhill and she is not looking back at all. Breton has to do whatever he can to chase him back down and hopes Andrea Bardosa makes the same mistake Trent Dunham did on the final lap. Andrea Bardosa, she's already back on the street portion of the course. And Breton, he's just trying to do whatever he can to catch up. Now approaching the S-curves right now. Andrea Bardosa doesn't have a care in the world. As she is now approaching that final turn. The white flag is waving for Andrea Bardosa, and she has no competition right now. Breton, he's all the way back here. Let's see how far back he is. The white flag is out for Andrea Bardosa. And Breton is 3 seconds behind Andrea. As they're now slowly approaching uphill. I bet Breton is praying right now that the 36 makes that same mistake he did on the lap before. Because right now, Breton has no chance of catching up to that 36. Andrea Bardosa not going uphill along these twisty curves. There goes Breton, just not making an appearance now. And there goes the peak of the course, and here comes that hard turn. And Andrea, she made that same mistake. And here comes Breton. And Breton capitalizes on it. Just like I said, you cannot make that mistake. If you stay in the grass on that turn, you will drive way off course, and Connor Breton, he takes advantage of it, and he passes the 36. Connor Breton has the lead, but the 36, she's not too far behind like Connor Breton was on the first lap. And Andrea Bardosa, I bet she's kicking herself right now. She's trying to chase down that 29 Mitsubishi Lancer. As they're both going downhill on the street portion of the course. Connor Breton now approaching the S-curves. He's driving it in there a little fast. And look at the 36. She's almost back on the bumper of Connor Breton, but I don't think she's gonna have enough time. Connor Breton now coming into the final turn, making no mistakes. Connor Breton will face Dillon Poteet in the semifinals as he wins round number 2. Connor Breton wins at Bathurst Sandblast Rally and will face Dillon Poteet in the semifinals. Congratulations to Connor Breton. And to Andrea Bardosa, better luck next season. As your winner is Connor Breton. And here we are getting set for match number 3 of round 2. We have Lyndon Wright in the 32 and our Season 1 SCR champion, Belle. Remember, are we going to see the biggest upset of the SCR right now? Will Lyndon Wright defeat the current champion? We'll see. And the green flag is out. Green flag is out for these two. And both of them are going side by side into the turn, but Lyndon Wright, he has a better run on the inside. And oh man, Belle, she got a little loose. Uh-oh. You think the suspense is getting to her? I'm not sure. But right now, Lyndon Wright, he has the lead in the Abu Dhabi Ford Focus right now. As they're now passing the trees and getting into the dirt portion of the course, Belle, she's trying to chase down that 32. This uphill climb through these twisty cliffs, and just as they reach the peak, there's that terrifying turn that took out Trent, Dunham, and Andrea Bardosa. Will it happen to Lyndon Wright or Belle? We're about to see. And oh man, both cars are in the grass, and Lyndon Wright! Oh man, Lyndon Wright got loose, and that's going to give the lead to Belle, our champion. Belle, she's the SCR champion for a reason. She knows how to get around these courses. But you never know, it may happen to her on the next lap. And Lyndon Wright, he is falling behind. Guess he better hopes Belle makes that same mistake in the next lap, because she is not looking back. That number 35 Citroen XR, sponsored by Amp Energy, as she now approaches the street portion of the course. Let's ride on board with Belle to get a personal look. Belle now going to the S curves now. Just look how she turns that steering wheel. She's turning it steadily and not oversteering or understeering. Here they come into that final hard left turn. The white flag is out for Belle. She only has to do this one more time. The white flag is out for Belle, and Lyndon Wright, he is, let's see, he is 2/7 of a second behind Belle, as they're now approaching the uphill part of the course. Trent Dunham, he was eliminated in the first match, so Belle, she's going to have to try to represent for the Dunham family. And Lyndon Wright, he is just waiting for an opportunity as they now As they're now back in the dirt portion of the course, and Red Belle going onto this uphill cliffy part. And here they come, approaching the peak. Will Red Belle make that same mistake? I'm trying to see. She's in the grass. And no, she does not. She does not make that mistake. And neither does Lyndon Wright. Lyndon Wright was counting on Red Belle getting in the grass. But Red Belle's like, I don't make mistakes like that. That's why I'm the champion. Now going onto the downhill S-curves. Red Belle still has a sizable lead over Lyndon Wright. And Lyndon Wright, I bet he's not happy. They're slowly coming back to the street portion of the course now. Lyndon Wright, by some miracle, can he defeat Red Belle? We're gonna see, but I highly doubt it. As Red Belle is now going downhill on the street course again. Now approaching the S curves and then onto that final turn. Yes, right now, absolutely no contest. Heading into the final turn, going into the semifinals. It is going to be the number 35 of Red Belle. Red Belle advances into the semifinals where she will face either Dillon Young or Danny Wells, which is our final match of round number 2. Our second of 2 rival matches. The first was Trent Dunham and Dillon Poteet, and the second is Dillon Young and Danny Wells. Stay tuned, everybody. Congratulations once more to Red Belle for defeating Lyndon Wright. And here we are for the final match of round number 2. We have Dillon Young in the 21 Ford Focus and Danny Wells in the 72 Subaru Impreza, sponsored by Alpine Stars. One of these two drivers is going to face Red Belle in the semifinals. Will it be Dillon Young or Danny Wells? Both drivers are very deserving drivers with crap. My words are a little messed up right now. But anyway, you know what I mean. They're both rising stars in the SCR, and the green flag is out. Danny Wells, Dillon Young, who's gonna win? And Dillon Young, he got a good start off the line. And Danny Wells, he almost got a little loose in the first turn. He better be careful. And Dillon Young, he's already trying to pull away. I guess his car is good on the uphill portion of the course, but it's all about that treacherous left turn after they reach the peak of the track. As they're now approaching the dirt portion of the course, Dillon Young is leaving Danny Wells in the dust right now in that Ford Focus. And Danny Wells, he desperately trying to close the gap right now. And oh man, Danny Wells got loose again. Something is wrong with that 32. Here comes that treacherous left turn, and Dillon Young, he makes it through, as well as Danny Wells. Oh man, neither driver made a mistake, but Dillon Young, he still has the lead. Now they're going into the downhill S-curves, and Dillon Young, he's still the race leader, but Danny Wells, don't count him out yet. He's trying to close the gap. Right now, Dillon Young with now the biggest upset in the SCR. He defeated Aaron Williams, the president of the PORWC, and Danny Wells last round. He defeated Matthew McMurray, another PORWC member. As both drivers now make it to the street portion of the course. Dillon Young and Danny Wells, he is not too far behind. He's trying to close the gap on that 21 car. And he is right there. Danny Wells, he is glued to the back of that 31. Well, not exactly glued, but he's really close. But Dillon Young, he is still the race leader. They're approaching that final left turn now towards the front straightaway. The white flag is out for Dillon Young. Dillon Young will take the white flag, and Danny Wells, I believe he is less than a second. Yes, he is. He's half a second behind Dillon Young. Let's ride on board with Danny Wells real fast. Danny Wells now on the uphill portion of the course. He is trying hard to catch that 21 Ford Focus. He's going to try to do whatever he can to get into the semifinals. And I think he's trying to close the gap as they're now approaching the dirt portion of the course. Remember, in the dirt, visibility is low. And Danny Wells, he is not giving up one bit. He almost got a run in that turn. Dillon Young better watch out as they're slowly approaching the peak of the course. There it is, and here comes that treacherous left turn. And neither of them, well, neither drivers made a mistake. Oh man, but Danny Wells, he's going to try to do whatever he can to chase down Dillon Young. He doesn't have much time as they're now approaching the downhill cliffy portion of the course now. Ever since Dillon Young took the lead, he has not looked back. He is still leaving Danny Wells in the dust. Danny Wells is running out of time. He needs to hurry, as they are now back on the street. Dillon Young has not looked back. He personally wanted this number 21 Ford Focus, and he got it. And he is proving that he is a good driver in the SCR today. They're approaching the S curves, and now slowly they'll approach that final turn. Two drivers fought a good race, but coming down the front straightaway, the winner is going to be Dillon Young. Dillon Young will win the final match of round number 2, and our semifinals are set. Dillon Poteet will take on Connor Breton, and Red Belle, the SCR Season 1 champion, will take on Dillon Young. Danny Wells, he gave it his all, but he just couldn't get it done. Congratulations to Dillon Young for winning round number 2, and here is the updated tournament table.